grateful. I mean, I suppose most days I have, well, actually, you know what? Not most days. Every day I have multiple things to be grateful for. And something I'm grateful for every day is your engagement, the shared collaboration that happens because you're willing to engage playfully and then share your unique, really often very extraordinary perspectives and insights. And together what that's creating, which is why I'm so grateful to you, is wealthier lives for each of us in our relationships. So relationally, we're getting wealthier. Physically, I have been getting wealthier, and I trust you have too, and I know that you have. And then spiritually and mentally and even financially. And financially, I always say last, not because I want you to remember it, because there is something to be said for what we talk about last we'll remember the most, except I'm not going to end our conversation right here, so it's not the last thing I'm going to say. And the reason I say it last is I think when we hear the word wealth, most of the time, we only think of finances. Well, what's that about? I would say wealth has more to do with all the other stuff. If I don't have wealthy relationships, if they're not rich, if they're not beautiful and intense and lovely, I am going to be suffering in my life significantly more than if I have financial challenges. If my life is a mess physically and I don't have wealth there and riches there and exuberance there, that's going to be hard. If I don't have my spiritual life in order, I'm wondering, why am I here? What am I doing? There is no purpose anyway, right? If I'm living that, it's not going to be all that joyful. There's going to be something missing, right? Significant. And if mentally I'm distraught, which I've been there. If you know me, you know that for many years I would fight with myself. It was my own stuff to be mentally strong, to be mentally joyful, to be mentally happy. So when that was not in order for me, nothing else worked either. The money in the bank account really didn't have much impact because I wasn't buying the medication to help the mental thing, just because that's got another whole story for me. And I'm not saying you ought not do that. I know for me, so that's for another day. I don't even know why I open my mouth around that, and yet you know, because these are Yetta Raw and Real, that sometimes I say things that I wish I could squeeze back into the toothpaste tube, kind of like when you squeeze out too much toothpaste. Have you ever tried to take that tube? I've done it, especially when the grandbabies are over and they put on like, you know, enough for 12 toothbrushes or maybe 15, half the tube's gone, and you're thinking, well, if I suck back a little bit of the air, I can maybe with a toothpick get some more toothpaste back in. Doesn't really work that well, does it? Not for me anyway, unless you've got a trick there. Now, if you have a trick there, I'm willing to take that trick, because I have thrown out way too much toothpaste in my house when one of the 7 or several of the 7 are sleeping over and there is toothpaste everywhere. Especially if I do that thing where it's head on into the bathroom, take care of yourselves, brush your teeth. Yeah, not all that brilliant. Now the 15, 16-year-old, they're okay with it now. Just the little ones are still making a mess. So sometimes things come out of my mouth I wish hadn't come out of my mouth. And yet I'm going to believe that even in those things, and that's what I'm going to challenge you to believe right now, even in those things, there is a purpose. There is something you can find that will allow that very thing that you wish you could put back in actually serve a purpose. Actually find something that causes it to not be 100% horrible. Find the silver lining. You know, I love silver linings. Most of us love silver linings. So even when I say something that I wish I hadn't said, and you maybe say something you wish you hadn't said, what's the silver lining in it? Is it an opportunity to deepen a relationship with somebody because you get to fess up with an apology? You get to say sorry because you really ought to be sorry, and you are sorry. I mean, you've got to say sorry when you mean it. Is it something where it causes you to go out of your way to help someone because of what you said, and now you get to kind of step up your game. Yeah, like actually step it up. Step it up, move it forward. So I'm going to challenge you, and maybe I need to lose the word challenge, except that's the word that lives in me. I feel challenged most days to make the right choices, to find the new perspective, to find that thing that causes not only me to move forward, it causes those in my life to move forward. So I'm going to challenge you. And then if you find a better word for me, give it to me. I'll test it out, I'll play with it, I'll see if it works. So challenge you to find something good in the very next time that you say something you wish you hadn't. Even the thing I said today that I wish I hadn't, I'm going to believe that it was what somebody needed to hear. That there is going to be a thing in it that will serve, that will make a difference for somebody. That will make a difference. So we get the privilege, as we share these little raw and real videos and comment, we get to multiply our impact, which causes not only us, even though it does cause us, causes me, causes you, causes us collectively to move forward further and faster. And as we impact it, so we impact by doing the sharing and the commenting and the risking, because we're risking sharing what we're really thinking. As we risk, we actually give somebody else space to also risk and to grow. So I am so thankful and grateful that you're willing to risk, to move things forward further and faster. For not only me, for you, and for those that you love.